There was once a man so feared that entire cities surrendered at the mere mention of his name. Another, so powerful, his empire stretched across 3 continents. And one who never lost a single battle in his lifetime. But who were they? Who were the greatest kings and generals of ancient times? The men who bent history to their will, who ruled with iron fists and minds sharper than any blade. You may think you know the answer, but history is rarely that simple. Born to a king, raised to be a god. Alexander III of Macedon, known to history as Alexander the Great, was more than just a conqueror. He was a force of nature. At just 20 years old, he inherited the throne of Macedonia. By 25, he had crushed the mighty Persian Empire. By 30, he had marched his army over 10,000 miles, forging an empire that stretched from Greece to India. But what made him truly terrifying was his mind. His ability to predict his enemy's every move, to strike at the perfect moment, to turn every battlefield into his chessboard. At Gaugamela, vastly outnumbered, Alexander saw an opening in the enemy's formation, just a fraction of weakness. In an instant, he charged straight at King Darius himself, slicing through the Persian ranks like a knife through silk. Darius fled. His empire crumbled. Alexander never lost a single battle, but his greatest war was not fought on the battlefield. It was against time itself, and time, as always, won. Alexander conquered the world. But Julius Caesar, he conquered Rome itself. Caesar was not just a general, he was a tactician, a politician, a master manipulator. He turned his soldiers into legends, his words into weapons. At Alesia, facing the fearsome Gallic chieftain Vercingetorix, Caesar was outnumbered 5-1. Most men would flee, but not Caesar. He built not 1, but 2 walls, one to trap the Gauls inside and another to keep reinforcements out. His enemies starved, and Rome prevailed. But even the mightiest warrior cannot fight the blades of his own allies. On the Ides of March, Caesar entered the Senate, and never left. If Alexander was a warrior and Caesar a strategist, Genghis Khan was a living storm. He did not just conquer land, he erased civilizations. Born as Temujin, abandoned, enslaved, left to die in the frozen steppes of Mongolia, he should have been forgotten by history. But he refused to be forgotten. By the time he rose to power, his Mongol warriors had perfected the art of war. They could ride for days without stopping. Their arrows could pierce armor from hundreds of feet away. In one lifetime, he built an empire larger than Rome and Alexander's combined. His armies toppled empires, erased dynasties, turned cities to dust. And yet to his own people, he was not just a conqueror, he was a lawgiver, a leader who united the Mongol tribes and laid the foundations for an empire that would last centuries. But death, as always, came for him too. His final resting place? A mystery, lost to time. So, who was the most powerful? Alexander, the undefeated conqueror? Caesar, the man who turned a republic into an empire? Or Genghis Khan, the warlord who built the largest empire the world has ever seen? The truth is, there is no single answer. Power is not just measured by land or victories. It is measured by legacy, by the stories that survive, the myths that grow, the names that refuse to fade. But history is vast, and these were only 3 among many. What about Hannibal, who terrorized Rome with war elephants? Or Cyrus the Great, who built the first true empire? Perhaps a name we didn't mention deserves to be here. Who do you think was the most powerful ruler or general in history? Did we leave someone out? Let us know in the comments, because history is written by those who remember.